Can we have a conversation about Triple H real quick? I want to know in the comments below what you think of his work so far as a booker overall, but you know I'm in the car, so we need a vent, so I have some thoughts. Firstly, I will say he started out with some promise. He was coming off of NXT Black and Gold, which was just chef's kiss. He did a fabulous job there. That was truly some of the best wrestling program going on at the time. And he was following Vince McMahon, and anybody after Vince seemed like a savior because Vince was ruining storylines and wrestlers. We remember Shorty G. So for all of you that like, oh, we need Vince McMahon back, no the hell we don't. Stay out of my comments. But it does seem like Triple H has a hard time with one thing. He knows how to build a story really well. It always starts off super hot, and then he has no idea where to go from there. Because one of two things either happens. One, it either goes on way too long, or two, it just whimpers out without a whisper, okay? And yes, I have some examples for you. First example I touched on last night with the New Day. They had one of the best long, slow burn stories in a long time with the breakup of them at their celebration. The so what to Big E still just makes me want to tear up every time I hear it. But that was such a good build, but it just whimpered out because they waited way too long to give them the tag belts. And we thought at some point Big E would have been involved in some form. Even if he couldn't wrestle, he would manage a tag team to kind of fight in his honor. And nope, that just didn't happen. That story just like whimpered out, and now they're just doing nothing. Otis and Chad Gable, remember that one? Chad Gable was the overbearing mentor and really being abusive to his students, Maxine, Akira, and more importantly, Otis, and we were waiting for that payoff match with Otis and Chad Gable. Yeah, guess when that match happened? Months later after the story was already done and Chad Gable had already moved on to American Made and other things, okay? So yeah, that story, super high in the beginning, whimpered out. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, okay? This was organic. Rhea hurt Liv, Liv came back, hurt Rhea, and then took everything from Rhea in that time period, and we were off to the races after that great SummerSlam moment. And then what happened? They ran this storyline way too long that by the time we had the blow-off match between Rhea and Liv, we didn't even care about it no more, and we were begging to get them apart from each other. And side note, we never even got Rhea versus Dom, which definitely should have happened from this. Seth Rollins and CM Punk. When CM Punk returned, we saw Seth Rollins lose his mind, and we all went, that's a WrestleMania match right there. Unfortunately, CM Punk got hurt, but when we finally did get that feud, it was amazing, and we were ready for it. But now, to this day, it is still running way too long, and it's giving Rhea and Liv vibes where we just like want them to escape each other's vortex and move on. Maybe the most egregious of all, though, Wyatt Six. They had an iconic debut on Raw, and all the build-up and the emotion of Bo Dallas carrying on Bray's legacy with what he wanted to do and see it through. And they've taken out the Raw staff and ending Raw in that iconic way. And then what did they do afterwards? Nothing. They took him off TV, and you'd be like, well, Bo Dallas got hurt. Well, whatever. Bo Dallas could have sat in that damn rocking chair and watched everybody else wrestle like he does anyway. And now this story has whimpered out so bad. They just lost to SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and no one cares. I don't know anybody who's hyped for the Wyatt Six. So let me know in the comments below if I'm just tripping, if I'm off base, or how you feel about this. But as always,